Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 208 of the Talking the Line podcast on this beautiful Monday of Bets, also known as, so you don't have to check your calendar for the first time today, January the 24th in the year 2022. Now, hey, can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, kick off your week with the TTL crew, and we have one hell of a show coming your way to help start this week for you as well. But before we get into today's show, please take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL pod on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping from the crew. Or hey, maybe you're watching on one of our social media platforms. If so, hit that like button, that follow button there so you never miss any of our additional social media content. Or if you're listening to the pod on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there too if you haven't already, as we always release the audio of every episode after each live show is complete. Next item up on the docket, you can be so kind, you can find it in your heart to do so while you're watching today's show. Hey, hit that other like button, leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat if you are watching live. Maybe hit that share button too, send it on over to your brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the damn globe as you, but you would refer to as a good old-fashioned ticket cash and degenerate, because that's what we are here at the TTL Pod, and we can't thank you enough when you do all of those things, because it only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, head on over down there to this episode's description where you will locate the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will find the talkingtheline.com website, all of the TTL Crew's social platforms, and our additional content so you can consume all of that jazz in one convenient location, however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen and beautiful gambling people, I am your humbled, honored, hyped, always handicapping and apparently having trouble with the springs on my boom for my mic here today, Colt and Colt Soroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by and once again hang out with me and my partner, get some picks, get some insights, some analysis, some laughs, some motivation, and you know the drill. Dive into more rabbit holes than you can count today. Now, we have to bring in the man who joins us here on this show, sits to my left on this show, and we're going to have to address a big, old fucking elephant in this room, my friends. Now, for the last few weeks, hell, even months, he's been sitting high on this pedestal, on the high horse, if you will, beating his green and gold drum. He would hear nothing anybody would say. He would turn in no other direction but straight for glory. And it was with an extremely heavy heart, my friends, that I say to you that run, that thirst for kingship, that thirst for glory once again is all but falling out of the hands like dust in the wind. And it is with an even heavier heart that I welcome in the man that joins me on today's show. And you know him as the man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, and folks we cannot ever forget around this time of the year, the once number one seed Green Bay Packer TTL resident cheesehead. The cheese has now gone back inside of his ears, and the boys have packed up and hit the golf course. Mr. Riley, RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
You're something else, my man. You are something else. What day do pitchers and catchers report? I'm not only wearing black for morning, but also looking ahead to the future of what's coming up for me. It's screw you, dude.
Come on in, bub. Come on in, bub. The water's fine. Come on in, bub. I know I didn't slam you pre-show. I gave you the old 21 gun salute pre-show. Opened up our morning meeting with some taps. My heart goes out to you. I know you're hurting, pal.
I bet it does, as
a human being, as my guy, as my partner, as the man that I bankrupt.
Do I really need to pull up your video of about 10 seconds after the game?
Wasn't directed directly at you, nor many of my friends who I hold dear in the heart, even my family members who I hold dear in the heart. Right here, close to the chest, but just sometimes, you know, as a Bears fan that has nothing to do with anybody that I love or care about or cherish a bond with, sometimes, you know, I gotta let the old navy and orange just seep out of me just a little bit. And sometimes I make an ass out of myself, but hey, I think it was warranted, and I spoke for all of Bears Nation in that. But hey, this is Colt talking to you. This is Colt talking to you right here. I feel you. As
far as that was concerned, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't done anything similar along those lines. But yeah, dude, I'm mad. I'm pissed off. Yeah. Was it as heartbreaking of a game, like what happened within the game and the way we lost as some of the last decade? Not quite, but I'm pissed off just all the same as all those, dude. I really thought we had it this year. I would be honest. And, of course, I might sound like a broken record every year, but I really thought we had it.
I couldn't tell. The sarcastic looks, the pushing me off, the yada yadas. We could go down rabbit holes, but I will not. I didn't prepare a clip compilation today. I didn't do any of those things I could have. I have simply chose to be the bigger man. And one thing I do know, partner, is that even though your Packers might have struggled a little bit, it was one hell of a weekend of action, my friend, across from the divisional round to college basketball to NBA to NHL nonsense to UFC. How can I forget 270, the pay-per-view card? Absolute insanity. Now, hold on here a moment. If we got down any of those rabbit holes right here, right now, we'd be here for another 2 hours. We wouldn't even get to today's best bet. So I'm going to put a cap on all of that right here, right now. I'll let you say your piece a little bit. I'll let you do a little bit morning here. First thing, I'm in the boat. You're in the boat with me now. Welcome to looking forward to baseball 4 months too early. Hey, it is what it is, my friend. Right. It is what it is.
You're right. Yesterday's games were awesome, and I finally got up for them, dude. I felt like I was taking a sick day home from work. I had no interest. These games were starting to come on. I was just like, dude, of course I'm gonna watch, but am I gonna enjoy it? No. And then I started enjoying it, obviously, because the games were absolutely insane. But just one of those days, dude.
It's nice nice to have come to terms with my teams to where I don't live in this delusion that if they're gonna win everything, you know. I'm telling you, man. I just live in this like, hey, hey, if we get all the way there, yeehaw. If we don't, we don't. But again, my heart feels for you, pal, and I'm here. And I'm here for you. But all that being said, hey, quit the gossip, stop the drama, cut the banter. You can go to every other sports media outlet and get. We'll save it for the second half of the show. We'll dive deep into 49ers, Packers, Bengals, Titans, baby. I told you so. We'll also dive into Chiefs, Bills. We'll dive into Rams, Buccaneers. I told you so too. You did too as well. Hey, motherfucker, I'm not leaving you out. I'm just saying an intro right now. Mags told you so too.
Can I get a win, please?
Mags has a win. He told you so too. His weekend's been rough. Told you too. See the vibe. We need to change those vibes, Mag. We need to change those energy because that wasn't where I was going with that at all. You are Mr. Negativity. We need to turn around positivity here, good sir. Good vibes only coming on this show. So without further ado, you know the drill. You know the vibes. You know how it gets down. We'll save all that other stuff for the second half of the show. It's time to get into the real stuff. The stuff you guys come here for. The stuff that very few other places offer in the style we do, and that's our best bets of the day, with the insights, the analysis, everything in between. Now, we get a little serious, but not too serious. We still save plenty of rabbit holes throughout this time. So, without further ado, we got nothing to recap. I'll talk about the second half of the show, but had a solid weekend. College basketball, everything across the board. So, we'll talk about all of that in the second half of the show. We don't have any Friday picks or anything to recap since we had the weekend spectacular. We'll recap all of that second half once again. So, first half of the show, first segment of the day. It's time for RMags best bets of the day, and you know the drill. Before we get into it, you heard the mug slide off of his end table, so you better get yours up too. And to me, to you over there, how about that? Wasn't that decent? Wasn't that decent as fuck? To you over there, and to all you beautiful people sipping the black elixir, the guys, take your sip, and hey, I'll be right back.
It's going to be a good day, dude. That was a good mug clink.
That was a hell of a one there, boy. Holy shit. That was perfect, like perfect gain on the mic and everything. Dink. All right. There you go. There you have it, my friends. Lock in. Get ready. Turn your volumes way up. Rip out your sports books or however you take stock of Mag's best bets of the day. And, my friend, I say unto you over there, let it rip. Let them have it. And you, sir, have the floor.
All right, partner. So considering what we just talked about, this is going to be an interesting start to my picks because is it out of spite? Absolutely not. I am typically a very optimistic sports fan for my favorite teams, but to kick off today's show, believe it or not, I am fading one of my beloved favorite teams. And now that we're saying this and it's after what we just talked about, it sounds like it's out of spite, but I promise it's not. I'm taking the OKC Thunder at home against our Chicago Bulls, against my heaviest of hearts. Obviously, this is, like I said, no spite on them. I love my Bulls, but man, partner, in all seriousness, the Bulls are in a rough spot right now. Second night of a back-to-back, so that's kind of what the final nail in the coffin to push me off the edge. Go ahead.
Grayson Allen didn't help any of that bullshit for starters. Let's start there. Grayson Allen didn't help any of this scuffling nonsense, but I digress. Please continue, sir.
No, you're not wrong because that's kind of where I'm leading into. Their defense is in shambles right now with the guys that they have out. Caruso being one of the, if not the most important to that defensive success and efficiency, my man. It's as rough it is to say. I mean, Kirk Goldsberry is a really good follow for NBA, like analytics and offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency. And he does, I don't know if it's weekly or usually weekly, like a chart of defensive and offensive efficiency. About mid-December, Bulls were one of the most efficient defensive teams in the entire NBA, if not the most, for the first couple of months of the season. And then all these injuries started to happen, and we get, Kobe White, as good as he's been offensively, he's brutal defensively, partner. I talked about it on Friday in a tweet thread. I had to get some thoughts out. But without Caruso, Lonzo, and a lot of this bench depth, their defense has been brutal to finish off that point. 0-4 though, partner. Last 4 straight up in OKC. They have not been. This OKC Thunder Stadium has not been a good spot for our Bulls recently. And this OKC team, as rough as their straight up record is, they're pretty damn scrappy against the number, partner. They are not a team that you can fall asleep against here. 7-1-1 last 9 as a home dog. They cover the number like nobody's business at home. 4-1 last 5 on Monday. 19-6-1 last 26 games following an ATS win. These are all ATS numbers. 10-4 last 14 following a straight up loss. 17-8-1 last 26 on 1 day of rest, which they have. And the Bulls are on no rest here. And the Bulls last 5 as a road favorite, which I do imagine is just about every single one of their road games, except for I think that Bucks game. 1-4 last 5 as a road favorite. So actually, there's a chance that even Zach LaVine is back tonight, partner, and I still am not wavering on this pick if that's the case. I'm in a low spot with these Bulls. Another reason that's got me feeling a little less optimistic as far as the greater landscape of all my sports teams are concerned. But yeah, I believe it has skipped up to 2.5 because I actually do think that Zach LaVine might be back. But offensively, I think that's going to create a kind of a chaotic return for him to the lineup, a little less cohesive than you might think. But also the depth behind him, even offensively, isn't good. I talked about all the defensive issues that they've got. They're basically relying solely on DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, if he even is in. DeMar dropped 41 last night, partner, and they lost to the Orlando Magic on the first night of this back-to-back. Didn't crack 100, and he dropped 41. Yikes. Behind him, it is rough right now, so give me the Thunder plus the 2. Fine with the line movement to 2.5.
I like where your head's at for sure on that one. I think the up to 2.5 is just kind of a setup for the public. Hey, back the Bulls. LaVine might be back. Come on back in. But 0-4 straight up in Oklahoma City. That's something I can't get past, dude. I'm surprised. I didn't know that that was kind of wild. And hey, also too, shout out Kirk Goldsberry. New follow for me. Thanks for putting me on, dude. NYT bestselling author of Sprawl Ball, professor at U of T, Hook'em Horns, and NBA analyst for ESPN. What a fella.
Yeah. Honestly, reminds me of maybe not quite the same type of numbers, but it kind of reminds me of like the Warren Sharp of the NBA is how I would classify him.
Okay, all right.
So pretty high praise, I would say.
Well, we're big Warren Sharp guys, so most definitely. All right, well, there you go. There you have it. And I'm also a big fan of him already because great game, but America needs overtime reform now. 150%. We'll talk about that in the second half of the show as well. But, partner, please keep it moving, keep it grooving for your second best bet of the day after you just dished out the Oklahoma City Thunder at the crucial key number of +2, okay with 2.5.
Alrighty, number 2, sticking with the NBA. Then I've got 2 more college basketball plays. I'll keep this one a little shorter and sweeter, partner. The New Orleans Pelicans at home. I got it -3. Looks like it's up to -3.5 in a certain few spots. See 3 still in a few spots also. Fine with that movement. Looking like no Brandon Ingram for the Pelicans, partner. Which obviously, so don't jump off the boat with me already. There's no Malcolm Brogdon, Domantas Sabonis, or Miles Turner for the Pacers. So even more volume of key players out on their side of things. Pelicans, despite their straight-up record, a lot of those struggles were earlier on in the season. They've evened out with or without Brandon Ingram. I believe they've had a pretty 50-50 stretch without Ingram here in the last couple of months. And the Pacers, I do believe, are just a little overvalued, having shocked whoever was paying attention to the NBA world this past few days. Shocked the world beating the Golden State Warriors as double-digit dogs, and then covered 13.5, losing by 10 to the Phoenix Suns. I think they are overvalued in this spot now. Now that they've got those behind them, that window is behind them. I think without these key guys, we're going to start seeing some massive regression from them, even without Brandon Ingram for the Pelican side of things. That was this game, is the 5th straight road game for Indy, so I'm also expecting a little fatigue on their side of things tonight. Pacers 1-4 last 5 in New Orleans. That is against the number. 3-9 last 12 against the number versus the Pelicans in general. So another team that on the going to this road opponent on the other conference here just does not fare well at all. And another team of the Pelicans that at home has been taking care of business to the number. 7-2 last 9 against the number at home. So I think people are going to be a little more intrigued with the Brandon Ingram news as opposed to the news that we've got here for the Indiana Pacers. I think people are going to sucked into that underdog spot, against a team without, I would say, at least a more notable name than those three, but that volume of the three being out, I think, is more important. Sure. So give me the Pelicans -3, fine with that movement up to 3.5. I probably wouldn't go past 4 in this spot, partner. Not sure if it'll get to that spot, but love the Pelicans at home to take care of business.
I'm with you on this one for sure. I think the old Pacers come out a little sleepy with no pace whatsoever. 5th straight road game. I didn't know that. I hadn't looked that deep into it. I mean, I've been bought into the NBA, but obviously not playing it as heavy as I had been last year so far. Quite yet. The combos are looking good. I'm going to look at some combos later too, actually, in this matchup, so I think we might have some stuff here. But early season scuffles for the Pels. Pels seem to be back in action. -3, nothing too overzealous. You got to ask them to take care of for you there. So, hey, Pels -3, your second best bet of the day. I'm in the boat. Y'all should be too. Keep it moving. Oh, fuck. Keep it grooving over there, partner.
Hey, I'm wherever you need me to be, dude.
100%.
Switching things to college basketball, my friends. Going to the ACC, I am going to North Carolina for this matchup. Interesting movement all over the place, partner, that I'm kind of just ignoring altogether. It's gone up. It's gone back down a little bit. I caught UNC -5.5. It does look like it is back down to 4.5. 1% concerned, but it is another. I'll be honest, it is a little concerning because I just saw that.
It definitely does sound concerning. Yeah,
it's a little concerning. Yeah, I admit it is, but I still I'm sticking to my guns here. I still like it. I think the tempos are going to be really, really key in this matchup. Virginia Tech 342nd tempo in the country, UNC 32nd in the country tempo wise. So fast-paced team, slow-paced team, small sample size versus fast-paced tempo teams for Virginia Tech. You'll see 3 games really, and not a very big sample size. They put a lot of slow-paced teams. The 3 that they have played against, top 60, I think it is in tempo. Wake Forest 80-61 loss at home. Neutral site loss to Memphis 69-61, and then a big win. They have one big win against Cornell at home, so an inferior opponent coming to their building. They're going on the road to UNC with a even faster paced tempo that I think is going to cause a lot of problems for them. You also have UNC, and they've proven to be successful in the spot on a huge bounce back spot at home, partner. Just got their teeth kicked in on the road against Wake Forest and Miami, actually, and now they're coming back home. We've already seen that a couple times. 3 losses on the road or neutral site this season with a home game. In that following game, they've won all 3 by 16+. Ooh. Most recently, lost to Notre Dame and then followed up with that's the 16-point win against Virginia. I think it's 2-1 against the number, but one of the failed covers is like a 23.5. They won by 20 or something like that. So I kind of expect a double-digit win in this one, partner. UNC's D has been questionable. I won't deny that. But I don't think it's going to be exposed by this slow-paced and inconsistent Virginia Tech offense, if I'm being totally honest with you here. I think UNC's offense has plenty of success here. They've covered 4 straight games, the last 4 meetings between the Hokies here. They've also 4-0 last 4 as a home favorite. 4-1 last 5 following an ATS loss. 4-1 last 5 on Monday as well. And then Virginia Tech 3-7 last 10 as a road dog and 1-4 last 5 as a dog. 3-13 last 16 versus a team with a winning home record. So they've been, you might look at this and say, oh, that's too many points for the Heels here at home. But, hey, I think it's just a bad matchup, and that bounce back is a big thing for me here at home. This has still got a team that has a lot of talent. They just have not been able to string together wins on the road or hold their own on the road. So I think they're going to be shooting it well tonight. That's been one of their struggles recently. I see some positive regression coming for them here in their home building. Give me the Tar Heels. I still like them at -5.5. Still comfortable with that line movement. I think it's just some goofy-ass line movement trying to trick people out of this one on the Tar Heels side of things, partner. Give me the Heels to take care of business at home.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a little while, see what the rest of this line movement does. But I don't think you should be. I don't think you should be afraid. I'm gonna see if I can get even better value at it because I think they do take care of the 5.5 as well. When you see these 60-60 splits, about bet and money percent splits, really it hasn't been like, oh my gosh, that's such a public side. You have to back the opposite side. It really hasn't been. And the Heels in that bounce back spot, man, I like what you're talking about there. Yeah. They have been a very sneaky team, especially after they let you down, they kick you in the teeth. You can go right back to them and back them again. So,
because I've seen it a few times, and it's not just maybe coincidence. It is a very calculated flow to their game and determination and almost desperation that I don't think it's very chaotic. So I like it a lot.
Yep, there you go. RMags' third best bet of the day. He got the UNC Tar Heels minus 5.5 down to 4.5, but he is all right with that as well. Partner, keep it rolling. Your final best bet of the day coming out of the Big 12 conference, if I'm not mistaken. All right, rock and roll.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. So I am going to a Big 12 total in this one, Texas Tech and Kansas. I caught under 139.5. Looks like it has dropped down to 138. I still like it quite a bit right at that number. Wouldn't go down too much past 137. Not sure if it will or not, but I still like this number all the same. Tough matchup defensively for Kansas in this one, partner. Top 5 AOE, adjusted offensive efficiency is Kansas, but also top 5 defensive efficiency for Texas Tech. I think that is the bigger key in this one. On the other end that I have been talking about for a while is Texas Tech's home and away offensive splits. 20-point difference, points per game, home or away, home versus away. 61 points per game scored at on the road, 81 points per game scored at home. This one isn't Kansas, so I think their offense is going to be not completely desolate and down under 60 points. I think both these teams stay in the 60s. I think Texas Tech defense reigns supreme in this one. Texas Tech offense kind of sticks to that trend a little bit and keeps themselves in the 60s. I don't think they're going to have a ton of success. These teams have already played once, gone just slightly over at Texas Tech, 75-67. Outcome was that game, and there you have it as far as that 75 points per game scored at home, or not points per game, but 75 points scored at home there. I see a similar defensive effort, maybe even a little bit stronger here at Kansas, knowing that they have to bring that defensive power. And I think they're going to be a little bit more focused on that. And it's going to be a really close game. I think it's going to be kind of a 65-63 finish one way or another, partner. So that definitely gets us well under this total here. Texas Tech 4-0 under the last 4 on the road, 6-2 under the last 8 following a straight-up win. And between these two teams, under is 3-1 over the last 4. So I think Kansas offense is going to see a little regression after having a nice stretch of wins here the last few weeks. Even on the road, even at home, they've been solid, but I see some negative regression for them offensively. So give me this under, my favorite under of the day, maybe my favorite under of the week so far.
Don't say that.
I don't even care. 139.5 under in this Big 12 game, dude.
I'm gonna knock all over the wood for your mushing ass. The last two times you said that about your unders, they have not made it to the pay window, so I'm going to reverse that for you there, my friend, because I agree with every single thing you are saying. I actually have a play out of this matchup as well. We'll talk about later. It's actually my last best bet of the day we'll talk about. But a lot of people are going to tell you there's a live betting opportunity in this one, and I think you just need to have a little bit of cojones and get ready to back a specific side here. So, without further ado, there is all of RMags' best bets of the day. His final one, the Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Kansas Jayhawks under 139.5. Cool with it all the way down to 137. No more than that. Outside of that, partner, anything else you need to lay down for your 4 best bets of the day here, man?
No, sir, that's all I've got. I don't enjoy betting against my favorite teams, but sometimes you got to swallow the bullet, dude.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and as long as it makes it to the pay window, then, hey, nobody can say shit at the end of the day. So there you go, my friends. RMags' best bets of the day. Time to keep this proverbial podcast train steaming on down the track. Second segment of the day, my best bets of the day. Okie dokie, I too have 4 college bets, college basketball bets coming at you, or 4 best bets, all from the college basketball hardwood, however you want to look at it. We'll kick things off right away, no hesitation, no delay. We're going straight to the Atlantic Sun, and my friends, this is the Atlantic Sun Attacker. The Atlantic Sun bookie attacker, my friends. We're going to the Jacksonville Dolphins versus the Kennesaw State Owls matchup. We're taking over 127.5. I'm actually seeing it in some books right now, over 129.5. I'd be comfortable with it up to 132. I think the book's fucked up. This line opened up at 125.5. It's already almost climbed by 5 points. Okay, yeah, whatever you want to back the under, go right ahead. But ain't no way this one is staying under. My line, I told you guys last week, Jeff Dawson put me on shot got out. He caught something that I was doing, and I kind of implemented a system plus another couple layers from it, and my line came out to 134.7 for this one. So that's why I say I'd be comfortable up to 133 here. Outside of that, there are a couple of keys as far as just like kind of what you'll see on the floor and what's going to happen in this game. Jacksonville just does not tend to score the rock whatsoever, but when they do play a solid opponent like Kennesaw State is, they wake up and they just drop buckets. I don't understand what it is. And just to prove to you that, hey, Kennesaw State is a damn good team, 3-1 straight up in the ASUN East. And Jacksonville is 3-2, I believe, in the ASUN East. So a team that Jacksonville is going to need to step up against. They're going to need to keep their position, so they're going to have to score. And Jacksonville is going to want to keep pace with them being a conference matchup, so they'll score too. I see this game being 70-65, bare minimum. It might go over more than that. And then also, I think we're just going to continue to see buckets go in because second chance points are going to loom large here today too. Jacksonville's 91st in offensive rebounding percentage. Kennesaw State's 132nd in offensive rebounding percentage. But dig a little deeper, they're first in Atlantic Sun play per KenPom on the offensive glass. So I think second chance points are going to be huge. Even if we have some misses, they're going to get the rebounds and put it right back in the basket, going to cause this total to absolutely skyrocket. But you don't believe me? Believe the trends. The over. 4-0 in Jacksonville's last 4 as a dog, 5-2 in their last 7 versus a team with a losing straight-up record, 10-2 in their last 12 following a straight-up loss. The over is 6-2 in Kennesaw State's last 8 following an ATS loss, 4-1 their last 5 versus a team with a winning percentage greater than 600, 7-2 their last 9 home games, and the over is 5-2 in the last 7 meetings between these two teams. Give me all of the over. I got it 127.5. Again, okay with it all too. Over 133, but buy in quick because that bad boy's already up to 129.5 in some spots and 6 feet high and rising, mama. First best bet of the day. There you go.
I like it, dude. I might be in this one. First game up of the day, 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. I love it when we can, whether intentionally or not, fucking just
intentionally
get that first one off on the day,
intentionally.
Dude. It's a perfect bridge to the rest of the slate every time, dude.
Intentionally, I had to get involved. Originally, I was on the Dolphins plus 3.5. Did a little bit further investigation and found this number. So I love this.
I think you got the value. Before you move on, looks like 90+% of bets and money on the Kennesaw spread over there. So you might not be crazy with that one either.
This one flies over, though. There you go, the Atlantic Sun attacker. Second best bet of the day from ya boy. The SEC Soul Sucker. That's right, the SEC Bookie Soul Sucker. We're going to the Florida Gators against the Ole Miss Rebels and against no need for better judgment. No need to second guess yourself. No need to say, damn, do I got Coyones down there? You're damn right we do. Ole Miss plus 4.5 is the second best bet of the day, the SEC Soul Sucker. This is a line movement and sharp money coming in that I just simply cannot ignore. This actually reminds me, and I'll talk about this here with my fourth best bet of the day, of that Texas Tech-Kansas State game I gave out last week that the Kansas State Cats won outright as the puppy dogs. But hey, who am I? What do I know? Maybe stay tuned to that game to see if that's how it happens. But I also think everybody thinks the Gators are back after beating Vanderbilt over the weekend. Let me remind you that Vanderbilt's best player, Scottie Pippen Jr., scored fucking 5 points. So it tends to be when that happens, your best player doesn't play with the shit, your whole team ain't going to play with the shit. They didn't boat race him by any means. They just kind of continuously elongated the spread as the game went on, and Vandy just stopped playing. So let me talk a little bit more about the Gators. 30th in the nation per KenPom. They have a win against South Carolina in their last 3 games, okay? A win against South Carolina. Absolute insanity against Mississippi State. I'll admit it. We cashed the ticket. We shouldn't have. And give me a damn break against Vanderbilt on Saturday. I don't think that the Gators were supposed to cover that game. Still, no Colin Castleton. They are bound for regression at some point here. That is 15.4 points per game out of their lineup at some point in time. I talked about it. Appleby, DeRougie, those guys are going to go back to their 9.5 numbers. Like, those are the kind of scores those guys are. Not to mention the Gators 1-2 straight up and against the number in their 3 road games. They are playing at the 68th ranked Ole Miss Rebels court in home court advantage per KenPom as well. So it is not getting any easier for the Gators on the road. Now, why did this line open up at 6, and why is it dropping back down to 4.5 if Ole Miss is ranked 126th per KenPom? Again, let me remind you, the Florida Gators were 30th, okay? So 126, and this line's dropping down. They are due for a break here, my friends. They have dropped 7 out of their last 10 games straight up. They failed to cover 4 out of their last 5, and that even further solidifies why is this line dropping. They are due to have a break here, my friends. Especially another why is this line dropping? Still no Jarkel Joyner for the Rebs. That is their number 1 scorer, and this line is still dropping. I feel like there's going to be some injury news or something come out for Florida that we're just missing here, because there's no reason for this to be happening. Not to mention, even though the Rebs haven't been great against the number on their home hardwood, 5-6 against it, 8-3 straight up at home. So I think they have plenty of firepower to stick in this game. They are not overvalued. It even goes a little bit deeper as far as home and away splits when you look at the statistical numbers, and that's how I'll kind of wrap this up. Ole Miss, 73.4 points per game and 66 points per game allowed at home. Compare that to the Gators. It's insane. 70.9 points per game and 67.9 points per game allowed. Compare that points per game allowed number to the 59.4 points per game allowed on their home hardwood. Almost 10 points more per game they are allowing on the road. That is something I simply cannot buy into. The Gators defense fails them on the road. The Rebels defense steps up for them at home. But if you don't believe me, believe the trends. The Gators, 1-5 against the number the last 6 road games, 1-4 against the number the last 5 road games versus a team with a winning home record. Ole Miss, 6-1-1 against the number their last 8 as a home puppy dog. The dog is 16-5 against the number the last 21 meetings between these two. 7-3 against the number are the Rebels in the last 10 meetings between these two teams, and the Rebels are 5-1 against the number on their home hardwood in the last 6 meetings. And if anybody asked you, you find yourself in a doggone trivia competition, they say, hey, where do the Ole Miss Rebels find themselves, or where is Ole Miss University located? That's over there in Oxford, Mississippi. So take the doggone Ole Miss Rebels plus 4.5. Second best bet of the day.
I like it, my man. I really do. I personally am just kind of happy taking my seat on the I don't want to touch Florida anymore train, if I'm being totally honest. And I know you do, and I love the pick. I'll be honest. I think it's a bad matchup for the Gators.
Let's fucking go.
But I'm going to sit on the sideline. I am happy taking my no thanks on any Gator action at all. But I like it. I do like it.
Fuck yeah, let's go. There you go. The SEC Soul Sucker. Third best bet of the day coming from your boy is the Colonial Book Crippler. That's right. It's the Colonial Crippler. We're going to the matchup between the Towson Tigers and the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. And my friends, we're taking the Towson Tigers plus 1.5. Line ticked up a little bit to plus 2 and quickly shot back down to plus 1.5. I believe that was just to get a little bit more action, to see if the books could get a little bit more action on the Blue Hens. They said, wow, we really didn't get that much just leaving it at 1.5. We might as well just leave it there, and the public will keep throwing their money at it, and Towson's going to take care of business. Now, you don't believe me? Believe a couple of key things here. Delaware, they might be 7-0 straight up on their home hardwood, and I think that's why they're favored in this, but they have played nobody at home. LaSalle, okay, LIU, Lafayette, UMBC, not the same Terriers team from last year. Can you tell me where Moravian University is, partner? Because I sure have no fucking clue. William and Mary, who couldn't cover a king-size bed if you call them a double king-size bed blanket, for crying out loud. And they played Elon. So they've literally played nobody. They're 1-5 against the number at home, so I'm not buying that 7-0 straight-up record. And 8-11 against the number overall this season. So I think it's fugazi as hell. Towson is coming off a bad beat, 77-81 overtime loss to UNCW as a 9-point favorite. So I think that's why they're coming in here as the road dog. They're 14-6 straight up, 15-5 against the number overall this season, 6-3 straight up, 8-1 against the number on the road. Now that is something I can buy into, and I think they continue to roll today. I think Towson's defense dominates Delaware. 65.4 points per game. Gets a little bit better on the road. 64.2 points per game allowed. Delaware, 71.3 points per game allowed. 69.7 points per game allowed at home. However, I think Towson's offense is the real difference maker today. 52nd in AOE, 123rd in effective field goal. But the reason they get that ranking is because they're 173rd in true field goal percentage, but they still shoot around 45% from the floor. However, However, 63rd in true three-point field goal percentage, going up against the Fighting Blue Hens, who are 335th in defending the three-ball per covers.com. And last but certainly not least, the rebounding department. Tigers are going to run away with it. 19th on the offensive glass, 191st on the defensive glass per KenPom. Delaware 167th on the offensive glass, 243rd on the defensive glass. You don't believe me on all of that? You don't think the Tigers are going to run away with it now? I bet you will here in a second. Believe the trends. Delaware 1-5 ATS last 6, following a straight-up win. 1-4 ATS last 5 as a home favorite. Towson 5-0 ATS last 5 as a dog. 4-0 ATS last 4 as a road dog. 5-1 ATS last 6 following a straight-up loss. And 4-1 ATS last 5 following an ATS loss. Give me all of the Towson Tigers plus 1.5 for my third best bet of the day. I love them.
I like it too. Pardon me. I like it. Big game, dude. One of the bigger mid-major games of the entire day. Both, I think, tied for second in this conference, right behind UNCW, who we talked about, maybe not talked about on this show, but they might be in a little bit of a trap spot themselves. So this is a big old matchup, dude. I think I like where your head's at on this one.
Yes, and Towson Tigers, 23% of bets. 80% of actual money right now wagered on that plus 1.5, coming back down, and books definitely honoring some of that sharp money coming in. So there you go. There you have it. I got one more coming at you. Last one of the day. And my friends, this is the Big 12 bankrupter. The Texas Tech Red Raiders versus the Kansas Jayhawks. We're back to that matchup, but to the total we go no. This time we go to the spreads, and I said just a little bit ago, I said, hey, a lot of people are going to tell you there's a live betting opportunity. You got to sit back and wait and see what happens. I say no. Sack up. Let's get with it. Let's get to it. And let's hammer in the Red Raiders plus 6.5 for my first. No, not my first. My fourth best bet of the day. Don't really know where the hell I was going there because I'm wrapping the card up now. I really, truthfully don't believe that people are buying into how good the damn Red Raiders are, my friend. And I think when they see one of their favorite blue bloods in the nation, the old Bill Self-led Kansas Jayhawks, -7, -6.5 at home, we might as well hammer them sons of bitches in. It's the same spread that they had when this game was just played at Texas Tech. Oh, my goodness. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it whatsoever. I think it's a setup and a half. I mean, the same exact number. You have got to be kidding me. I looked a little bit deeper at home and away splits, and I looked at Kansas 5-3-1 against the number. How have they been rated against the number? What have their spreads been? They pushed a -26 against Tarleton State. They covered a -26 against Stony Brook, a -18 against UTEP, a -22 against Missouri, a -17.5 against Nevada, and then a -11.5 against West Virginia. Their failed covers were a -23.5 against Stephen F. Austin, a -19.5 against George Mason, and a -13.5 against Iowa State. Now, did I tell you one single fucking digit spread out of all 9 of those matchups? No, I did not. And wouldn't you know it, today's the only single-digit spread, the lowest spread set they've had on their home hardwood, them being the Kansas Jayhawks so far this season. Do not buy into this setup line, my friends. They might win it. That's okay. But they're 8-9-1 against the number overall this season. So I cannot buy into that consistency. I can buy into the consistency of the Red Raiders. 12-7 against the number overall this season. They may be 2-2 against the number on the road, but. They failed to cover a -2.5 spread against Providence. You don't bet against Ed Cooley. They failed to cover a -4.5 against Kansas State. Hey, Mike Katz there, baby. Also, they covered 1 against Iowa State, +5, and covered a +11.5 against Baylor. The 2 covers were them as underdogs on the road, and they're underdogs here again. I'll let you do with that information as you will, but 2 key places I think the Red Raiders win today. The boards. They won it last time. They're going to win it again. 14th on the offensive glass, 77th on the defensive glass, and 23rd in height for Texas Tech. 17th on the offensive glass, 157th on the defensive glass, and 198th in height for the Kansas Jayhawks. Also turnovers coming down to hustle. Even on the offensive side of the ball in turnovers, but defensive side is where we get our edge. Texas Tech 13th in defensive turnover percent. They are averaging 16.5 per game, compared to Kansas, 85th in defensive turnover percent, averaging only 14.3 per game. Defense turns into offense for the Red Raiders here today. They smacked the Jayhawks in the mouth. My partner said it. Jayhawks might struggle a little bit offensively. Not saying Texas Tech runs away with it, but they do enough to cover this damn game. You don't believe me? Close it out for the final time today. Believe the trends. Texas Tech 6-1 ATS last 7 overall, 4-1 ATS last 5 following a straight up and an ATS win, 4-1 against the number last 5 as a dog, 6-2 against it last 8 as a road dog, and 6-1 against the number the last 7 versus a Big 12 op. Kansas 2-5 against the number last 7 overall, 1-4 against it last 5 as a favorite, 1-4 against it last 5 versus a team with a winning straight-up record, and 1-4 against the number their last 5 versus a Big 12 opponent. My friends, don't buy into it. It's a setup and a half. Let's sweep the board today. The Big 12 bankrupter to close it out 4-0. Texas Tech Red Raiders plus 6.5.
I like it, I like it a lot, my man. I'll ask you. Do you want me in the boat with this one? I didn't know. I stayed.
Take your under. Hey, your choice. But whatever. You asked me. I said no. Take your under.
Okay.
This has been working when we do this. You
Okay.
take your under. I take
That's
my
fair.
spread, and we stay out of it. And it
Because
works
the main reason
out.
I stayed away was because I couldn't tell if I was being a homer. Because you know how I've been with the Red Raiders, my man. When Terrence Shannon is back, they're getting healthy too. Because the other thing that I didn't realize is the way you broke down the numbers that Kansas has had at home, man. Because I didn't realize it was to that level to where this is the first single-digit spread. I thought they might have had a couple lower than this in the Big 12. So I'm interested. I'm very interested.
And last part, go ahead, hit it. Just don't let any of us know about it. But the last part, you mentioned Terrence Shannon. 3 out of the 4 road games, he was not present in the lineup for. So a little something to think about there too.
Right.
Who am I? I am but a humble messenger with the Big 12 bookie bankrupter. Okay, all of my best bets of the day are now available to you, ready to rock and roll, tracked on the Action Network app at @cash_with_Colt. You can find Riley's at RMags or this here show's best bets of the day at Talking the Line. You can also find him on the Chalkboard app. Follow the Talking the Line board. Jump in the channels with us. We love to go back and forth with you guys. Or also type in up in that browser, talkingtheline.com/today's-best-bets, and you'll see all of our best bets right there. You can actually bet on them right from our doggone website. Wouldn't you know it? And see live lines and odds for the rest of every single slate on tap today. Keeping it moving, keeping it grooving. Third segment of the day. You know we like to get a little extra juicy. It is time for the Monday Madness Parlay, my friends. That's right. Today's 4-legger banger, all college basketball legs, paying out over 11-1 odds. You want me to get precise? Plus 1,181. Absolutely bananas. And I think, I know this one's going straight to the pay window because last week we did this exact shit and we just had to add the Philadelphia Flyers as the 5th leg. We just had to put the fuckers on there, didn't we? Oh, we ain't doing it this week. It ain't happening. No. We're not allowing each other to fall into that fucking trap. We're going all college basketball because we almost did. We almost did. Don't act like we didn't. But we swept the board last week on the college basketball, and it was only because there was a few loops missing in our hockey skates that we did not get the Monday Madness Parlay straight to the damn pay window. So, my friends, we're getting it right there today with the first leg on today's parlay. The Winthrop Eagles, -2.5. Up to 3 feet high and rising, mama. Against the High Point Crusaders. Might be going up in a little bit. Is it going up a little bit more, or is it sticking firm right around there, partner?
My phone is freezing. That's why it looks like it's at 3.
Looked like you were like, oh, yeah, it's actually going a little bit higher. That's kind of where I was trying to
Actually,
read there. But
2.5 certain spots, 3, 3.5. So all over the place on different
either
books.
way, Winthrop -2.5. I think they take care of it with ease. I kind of put my partner onto this one. Crusaders are just not those guys, pal. I don't understand why this line is like that. I think it's because Crusaders have been a little bit hot recently, but it's been against some lackluster opponents, and finally they're back at home. Ooh, they have been on the road a lot recently. Ooh, they're back at home. Time for a big rebound spot. I think the Eagles absolutely crush them. -2.5, -3 is not enough. I think they might win by double digits here today. Winthrop Eagles, -2.5, leg number 1. Leg number 2. You know me. If I'm laying damn chalk, boys and girls, you better get it hammered in. And I actually told my partner about this one. He said, holy shit, I actually really like that. I said, dude, I do too. I just didn't know if I was crazy laying this much chalk. We're going to Longwood Lancers, -7.5. Opened up at 6.5. up to 7.5. They're playing Hampton, and boy, oh boy, the Ken Palm split alone on these two teams would be enough for you to absolutely run to the window. Adjusted efficiency margin for the Hampton Pirates right around 15, negative 15, only about negative 1.5 for the old Longwood Lancers there. So that split alone is enough for me to get in the boat. Longwood's been solid in this spot. They are an absolute wagon, and when you give them a lot of points like this, you have to back them. So, hey, you know I don't like laying chalk, but I'm doing it today.
Laying that Longwood, baby.
Oh, look at you, motherfucker. Also, that's what she said. Longwood Lancers minus 7.5. Third leg on the Monday Madness Parlay. We're going to the Hartford Hawks in their game this afternoon against the Binghamton Bearcats. Bearcats with a C, not with a K like the ones out of Sam Houston State. That's how tapped in I am to college basketball right now, folks. That's, you better believe it. Hartford Hawks opened up minus 1.5. Quickly rising to minus, holy fuck, they're minus 4. Okay with that, but quickly get it hammered in. We won't spend much time because it's obviously rising. We want you to have the best value you can. So don't go over minus 4, but get it hammered in. Okay, speaking of 4, how about the fourth leg?
Well, actually, partner, one quick thing.
Oh,
Still
shit.
94% of bets, 85% of money on Binghamton, and they're pushing it to 4. I saw 4.5 on a certain spot, dude.
No reason for that to be happening and that line to be moving up. So go ahead and get that third leg hammered in real fast. Appreciate the rest of that analysis, partner. Speaking of 4.5. The fourth and final leg of the Monday Madness Parlay, we're going to the matchup between the Weber State Wildcats and the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. We're taking the Thunderbirds of Southern Utah minus 3. Opened up minus 2.5, and me and partner talked about it pre-show. I think the Thunderbirds have chapped the asses of a lot of people. They chapped my ass. I've been backing them a lot, or actually fading them a lot, and they've been kicking the shit out of the teams that I was backing. And then I started to try to back them, and then they couldn't cover a spread to save their lives. And it was just like, what in the hell is going on? And there's a team out there that does the same thing. The Weber State Wildcats, the exact same doggone thing, and I couldn't help but see that 2.5 today, and I said, oh, take the 2.5 with the road dog, the Wildcats. Not so fast, my friend. I think the Wildcats are going to continue to struggle. I said, I'm going to hold off on it. I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to see what this line does. It continues to rise despite the Wildcats having Brinks trucks filled with fucking sacks of money dumped on their campus on their plus money, but I do not buy into it whatsoever. Partner, in summary, anything else for the Southern Utah Thunderbirds? minus 3.
No, I mean, I said it to you. Their ATS at home number doesn't look great, but it's a lot of big spreads. I mean, they're 3-1 straight up their last 4, 0-4 against the number, but it's all, there's 3 double-digit spreads that they failed to cover here. They're 7-1 straight up at home, and obviously we need just a few more points than just a straight up win, but I love them.
Hey,
I love them.
This is right where you back the Weber State Wildcats. Hey, you know me, Big Sky is my doggone conference. This is for first place, my friend. Wildcats 6-1, Thunderbirds 5-1. I like Thunderbirds to go to 6-1. Wildcats tie them up at 6-2. I absolutely love this spot for Southern Utah. minus a 3. You parlay all 4 of those bad boys up, you're getting over 11-1 odds payout plus 1,181. Get it hammered in. The Monday Madness Parlay. Okay. If you weren't around, if you had to go to your Monday morning meeting with your boss, if you had to run around the block a couple times, didn't have your headphones, whatever the hell might have been, you couldn't listen to us, but now you're back in action wherever you might be, it's time to recap all of today's best bets of the day. Okay, now, without further ado, the producer was just a touch asleep at the wheel, so the host has to be quiet for just a second, because it does get a little glitchy, get a little goofy.
Oh, boy.
As these things happen. But now we should be all good to go. No problem. No harm, no foul. You see it down there in the ticker. January the 24th, 2022, so you don't have to check your calendar now officially for the, maybe second or third time here today. Don't know how many times I've said it, but it is a marvelous, gorgeous, magnificent, wonderful, beautiful Monday of bets. And without further ado, the TTL Crew's best bets of the day are live on your screen. would you so kindly please turn your attention to the top left portion of your screen where you will see RMags picks right here. 4 coming at you, all 4 of them starting off with the North Carolina Tar Heels -5.5, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the Kansas Jayhawks under 139.5. Cool all the way down to 137. He's going to the NBA hardwood as well, taking the Oklahoma City Thunder, fading our boys, not seeing red tonight, +2, okay with +2.5, and the New Orleans Pelicans -3, okay with up to -4 in that spot. Turn your attention directly across from that. My best bets today. I got 4 more coming at you, all from the college basketball hardwood. The Mid-Major King has entered the chat. We're going to the Atlantic Sun, the Jacksonville Dolphins against the Kennesaw State Owls, over 127.5. Okay, all the way up to 133. That line is 6 feet high and rising, mama. Second best bet, we're going to the Ole Miss Rebels +4.5, the Towson Tigers +1.5, and the Texas Tech Red Raiders +6.5. Right down there next to my partner's head, you see all 4 legs on the Monday Madness Parlay. The Southern Utah Thunderbirds -3, the Winthrop Eagles -2.5, the Longwood Lancers -7.5, and the All Favorites Parlay wraps up with the Hartford Hawks -2.5 up to -4. Fine with that. All 4 parlayed up for over an 11-to-1 odds payout. I see 8 straight plays. Be who you can afford to be. 1 units, half units, whatever your best bet unit bankroll is. Only 2 to 5%. Be who you can afford to be. And one special play that, hey, again, maybe a quarter unit, half a unit, whatever you can afford, that are making it straight to the damn pay window. But before we can get in the trenches, affix the bayonets for the daily battle with the books and bankrupt every one of them some bitches on the marketplace, we need you to lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down, whatever you need to say. Just make sure you go, oh shit, get today's TTL crew best bets of the day in it, whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book.
A little additional ambiance there, but that's all right.
Hey, it is what it is. No big deal.
Shit happens.
Shit happens, pal. Shit happens in this life. Is what it is. Okay. We are live from... It can't be the Hy-Vee Coliseum, can it?
No.
It can't be that easy. Let's see. Is it say it in there? The something of Kansas Health Systems.
You shouldn't overthink it. It's no sponsor. It's
no sponsor at all. It's just
should
like
be an easier one.
Jayhawks Coliseum.
No, it's named after someone.
Oh shit. Oh shit! I see it. I see it now. James Naismith Court. But yeah,
that's the court. So different arena name though.
Oh really? I didn't know it was James Naismith Court either. So the more you know there. Yeah, I'm not gonna guess this one.
Allen Fieldhouse.
Allen Fieldhouse.
Allen.
Dog. Yes, doggone it. What am I doing? Of course. Yes. Duh. Everybody talks about this. Okay. There you go. There you have it.
Sometimes that's a little trickery though. The old court's a little different than the old name of the arena.
Yeah, Fog Allen Fieldhouse, home of James Naismith Court. How about them apples? Okay.
There you go.
You see some additional text up on the screen, my friends, and that is the ML dice roll. You see laugh / ammer, and you might say to yourself, what in the absolute hell could that possibly mean? Well, I'm glad you might be asking yourself that question because I am the exact guy to tell you what it means. As we both come back in the screen, I now change the ticker. And you find out that it is the Lafayette Leopards and the American Eagles, quite possibly one of the most disgusting college basketball games on today's slate. But that's okay, my friends. We don't have to make a play out of it. We don't have to decide what's going on. We have the all-knowing, ever-present, ever-powerful Moneyline Dice live on set with us here that are more than happy and willing to make a selection for us. But before they can, partner, why don't you indulge us, what's the, all the stuff going on in this matchup?
Interesting movement so far, partner. When we chose this matchup, it was the Lafayette Leopards favored by a point on the road. It has since flipped to the American U Eagles -1.5 at home on the spread. So this one is jumping all over the damn place.
Wow.
Looks like just about everyone that's betting on this game is betting on American. 98% of bets, 89% of money. But you mentioned it, not exactly an exciting matchup to watch. 4-11 straight up Lafayette, 4-8 to the number. 5-12 straight up American, 7-10 to the number. So a little bit more profitable have been the Eagles. But this is going to be an ugly one, so we let the dice decide it. -1.5 is what I said on the spread. -120 money line for American, +100 for Lafayette. And the total is 132.5 in this one, partner.
Okay, down from 133.5 at open.
Okay.
So a little something to think about there. And this game does tip off at 6 p.m. Central?
Yep. That's correct.
Okay, dokie.
Washington,
Artichoke.
D.C.
Well, now we are officially from our nation's capital. What do you know about that? All right, well, we are
Bender
officially...
Arena. If we're sticking with some,
Bender Arena.
the more you know, American U Eagles play at Bender Arena in D.C.
Okay. Well, my friends, I will preface this by telling you that the week of January the 10th, the Moneyline Dice went 5-1, an absolute heater. And then they followed it up the week of January the 17th with a 1-6 week, an absolute stinkfest. Now, that is 6-6 by my recollection, by my simple math there, of the past 2 weeks. So we kick things off, if you will, Mine of Goldfish, a blank slate of sorts, 500 record, new week, new dice, new me, new you.
I believe it's 6-7, actually.
Fuck, I can't do
for
math.
the negativity, but it's 6-7.
I can't do math. It would be 6-7. You are right. I forget what the hell I said. It's not a new week. The dice are in shambles. Things have been going bad. They need a rebound, so that's even better of a storyline.
Yeah,
You hear him here.
Please.
Little ASMR for your Monday. But without further ado, we have the first roll up on tap. Are we going to the home team, American Eagles? Not to be confused with the store that you will find at your local strip mall. But
will you find
rather,
that anymore?
You definitely will. There are a few Aeropostoles out there as well.
Still alive?
Oh, yes, alive and kicking.
Okay.
Most definitely. Still smelling like 17-year-old boys' locker room.
2003?
Yes, sir. 150%. Or will it be the Lafayette Leopards on the road? I don't know. Neither does Mags, but we all find out in 3, in 2, in 1. Away team.
Okay.
Lafayette.
1.5.
Away. Who knows? That's just the unofficial side. So are we taking that 1.5 on the spread, or are we getting a little money line action as well? Before my partner jumps the gun, he doesn't know. I don't know either, but this dice does, and we sure find out in 3, in 2, in 1. ATS!
All right,
You know what you're
1.5.
talking about, partner? Maybe you can predict the future. ATS. First unofficial pick, the Lafayette Leopards, plus 1.5. Now, we go to the wild card roll, the final roll, or unofficially the final roll of the day, where the Moneyline Dice be doubling down on the Lafayette Leopards. Or, hey, maybe they're going to say, boys, we messed up. We didn't see the money in bet splits. We're going to have to do a quick re-roll. Or say, hey, no, we're set with that, but we're going to give you another ticket to make it to the pay window. We're going straight to the total. I don't know. Neither does Mags, but we all find out in 3, in 2, in 1. Home money line. That is a re-roll.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Now,
What do you got? Whatever you need, Dice. Whatever you need. Take all the time you need.
so I have a proposition.
Okay.
First time ever.
Okay.
When the dice need to re-roll, instead of going through each individual one again, I take all 3 and I just roll the sons of bitches and we see what happens.
Solid. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that's probably solid.
Here we go. So for the re-rack and roll,
Come
for
on,
the
Dice.
first time ever, the Moneyline Dice
Need
select
some winners.
away ATS home money line. Motherfuckers.
Okay. Come on, Dice.
Here
Do
we
what
go.
You gotta do. Come on,
Here we
Dice.
go.
That's
Here
2
we go.
re-rolls.
2 rerolls. Here we go. Home money line over.
Okay.
Home money line over. Home money line over. Home money line over.
All right.
The dice have spoken! If you want to guaranteed take 2 tickets straight to the pay window tonight. No questions, no qualms, no queries, none of the bullshit. We won't hear it. Even though you see it here, we won't have any of it. Lock in right here, right now. The American University Eagles, not to be confused with the store located at your local strip mall, on the money line, and the over 132.5.
Thank you, Dice.
Thank you, Dice.
Thank you, Dice.
Thank you, Dice.
That was a good one. That's a good one.
Top notch.
I mean,
that was quality.
we've talked about your neighbors in this segment, dude. The fact that you fucking just project it all everywhere but your own apartment.
Folks, I promise you, this is not a front. This is not an act. This is not a. This is just your boy live and in prime time. I am one goofy motherfucker, and I decided at a point in my life that I am just not gonna hide it anymore. So here I am, and the neighbors are probably wondering what the fuck is going on. So
it's just 11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock. You know what? These cocksuckers below me, like I'm not fucking up at fucking stay up till 1 a.m. and then get up at 5 a.m. fucking running laps around these mutts. These dipshits are trying to fucking wake me up at 11 a.m. with fucking bass fucking yesterday. I about went down there and fucking cooked them breakfast and like, hey, you need to wake up, dipshit. I've been up for fucking 6 hours. What the fuck are you doing? But without further ado, the American Eagles on the money line. And the over, 132.5.
All right, Dice. That's 2-0.
Okay, we'll see what happens. There you go. There you have it. This show has officially gone off the rails. So it's time to kick things off. Second half of the show. Partner, what's burning on your brain, melting on your heart, festering on your soul on this beautiful Monday that you've been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 208, not 100. We're in the 200s. 208 of the TTL Pod on this gorgeous January 24th, 2022.
It's fucking Movie Monday, dude.
Oh, it is fucking Movie Monday, ain't it? Oh boy, I gotta. All right, I'll still have my movie for you. Don't worry, but let's rip the trivia. Let's rip the trivia.
Right.
I'm ready to rock.
Yep. We've got a mixed bag of trivia, my friend. Let's see. Where should we start here? Oh, man. I'll kick you off with a true or false. This one's not necessarily up your wheelhouse, more of a fun fact, and then I got a couple that are in your wheelhouse. A couple, just interesting facts here.
All right, let's
true
go.
or false?
Let's go.
True or false?
Uh-huh.
The classic movie, The Wizard of Oz. Familiar?
Oh, most definitely Toto.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, fucking speaking of Toto, true or false? Toto was paid more than the Munchkins in The Wizard of Oz. Toto the dog made more money on that movie than the individual Munchkins from that movie, The Wizard of Oz.
Just because of how stupid that sounds, I'm going to say true. That sounds like something that would be true.
The Munchkins were paid, now mind you, this was back, 1930s, I do believe, 40s. The Munchkins were paid $50 a week.
No, that wasn't in the 30s and 40s. Oh, the Wizard of Oz? When was The Wizard of Oz made?
I might be even...
Holy fucking shit, it was. 1939?
Shout out my I think I've got like the when was this movie made trivia down as far as the two of us here, and you've got the just the random facts. I've got the
and the book was written in 1900.
Yeah,
what
dude.
Fucking rock?
Fucker was in black and white, dude.
What rock have I been living under?
So the Munchkins were paid $50 a week for that movie. Toto the dog was paid $125 a week for that damn movie.
Well, I mean, Toto's a good-looking little Yorker. Good-looking little Yorker for sure. And I mean, the fucker could talk. So hey, I mean, well, we're not. No, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore. I mean, shit, the little bastard could talk. I'm worth $125 a day. I don't know. Hey,
all right.
Shit.
What was the highest grossing movie of 2005? I'll give you some options here. So, highest grossing movie of 2005, was it War of the Worlds? Tom Cruise, I believe that one was. Star Wars Episode 3. So the third of that second trilogy, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which I don't know. I'm blanking on which number that one is. Maybe 4 or 5. And the last one, Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Which one highest grossing?
Just because I feel like everybody and their dogs, regardless of age, was all about Narnia. Chronicles of Narnia 05. No.
Wrong answer. Want to try again?
Yeah, my other stab was going to be the Tom Cruise one, because that's
Harry Potter.
It was HP. It was HP. Damn. Okay, and I'm pretty sure Goblet of Fire is number 3. I would say.
I know it's at least 4 or 5 actually.
Maybe it's 4. Well, either way, I would say probably my number one in the HP sagas, and until you get to like the Deathly Hallows, like you get to the later
Number
ones,
three,
like
dude.
those are
Actually,
raw.
I know number 3 is Prisoner of Azkaban. That one's my favorite.
Azkaban's
That one might be
raw.
my favorite.
Yeah,
Anyways.
that one's raw, dude. You're talking to a guy who doesn't give a hot damn about superheroes or anything. I nerd out on some fucking HP, so.
Oh yeah, dude. That's definitely your one thing that you
100%.
go over the nerd
Oh,
line
just
for.
check the comments here real quick before we go on. Our man TB27, how nervous were you at the end of that Rams game? My ass was about the circumference of the tip of a number 2 pencil, sweating it off for sure, and was able
Dude,
to
how hard were they trying to blow that
remove
game?
the corn cob and take the ticket straight to the pay window, baby. So it was, oh my gosh, it was insane. I thought we were gonna do the same with the Bills, but we'll get into that NFL rabbit hole in a minute, just after this movie Monday here. So, okay, I got it written down. We'll get into it in a second. Please continue, sir.
Okay. So I've got, this one's up your wheelhouse, dude. This one,
Okay,
I didn't know the
okay.
answer to this question, though.
Okay.
Which country does Forrest Gump travel to as part of the All-American Ping Pong team? I'll give you the option to guess it first. If you can't guess it, I'll give you 4 options. So what country does Forrest Gump travel to as part of the All-American Ping Pong team?
I want to say Japan.
Close.
It's an Asian country?
It is.
Oh, no, it's because he meets with North Korea.
No, it's China.
Oh, it is
According to
China.
this
I thought
website.
I guess it wasn't with the dictator. What movie I'm thinking about? Either way, amazing Jenny, we was like peas and carrots. She taught me how to read, and I taught her how to dangle. He said China. Damn, he knew China. Son of a bitch, look at this guy. Looking right off the bat. He knew
There you
what's
go.
up.
Yeah, China.
Lieutenant
Hey.
Dan, ice cream.
Hey, you got it. All
I'm
right,
sorry,
moving on.
Lieutenant
The
Dan.
dog.
She tasted like cigarettes.
That was a tough one, though.
Mama told me
the
these my
dog.
magic shoes. They take me
I mean, if you
anywhere.
want to just be Forrest Gump for the next hour, go ahead.
I
The dog
certainly
in
can
Sandlot.
today.
Okay, Sandlot. Nicknamed, the kids nickname it the Beast.
Yep.
What do they find out that his actual name is once they realize that he's not an actual beast?
Yeah, it's been so
Again,
long since I've seen Sandlot.
I'll let you guess it, and if you can't guess it, I'll give you some options.
Fluffy sounds just like obvious, but no, it ain't Fluffy. Okay, a couple of options here for me.
Goliath, Hercules, Atlas, or Zeus. So it ends up being like a pretty powerful name, but
Oh, it's between two. It's between two. I think it's the god of gods. I'm going to say Zeus.
no,
Hercules.
Hercules.
Damn it. Damn it.
It is Hercules.
Damn it. How did they find out it was Hercules? Hercules.
Because they go over the fence, and then at the end of the movie, they're talking to James Earl Jones' character.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
They
His
find
name's
out
Hercules.
it's a friendly ass little big ass dog.
Yeah, Hercules.
Okay, so I did bring number 1 movie on this day, 2015, war movie. Believe we, because I think last week I gave you.
Did I talk about this one and say it was potentially one of my favorite war movies and you hadn't seen it before potentially?
Oh, I've seen this movie. I love this movie. So think war movies when we were first in college, actually. Very
Well, there was
popular.
one war movie that me and my roommates watched about every damn weekend.
Not Fury. If
Okay.
that's what you're.
Yeah. So yeah, then I
'cause
won't.
that was
I won't. Yeah, then I won't burn that. So
Not Lone Survivor. That was the other one we talked about.
Oh,
2015.
American Sniper.
Yes, American Sniper.
Bingo bango. That one was nice. That's Chris Kyle, right?
Yeah, Chris Kyle. Bradley Cooper plays Chris Kyle. Yep.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that
Oh,
was.
speaking of, shout out war movies. You guys want a good book to read, or just a good story, or even a good follow? Follow at Chicks Dig Scars. My guy Kyle Carpenter. Fucking love the dude. He wrote a book. You Are Worth It. The dude basically got blown the fuck up and survived. He jumped on a live grenade. Literally, parts of him weren't even connected anymore that he has now, and he's fucking alive and kicking. And he wrote a book about it on top of a lot of other shit. And anytime I get an opportunity, I mean, shout out Kyle. Like you guys should go read that book. It's called You Are Worth It. But anytime we talk about a war movie or anything like that, it always pops into my head. But Kyle Carpenter, shout out for sure. What else you got?
Last one. I was familiar with this one. Not sure if you are. So the voice of Shrek. There was someone that was originally cast to play him, but for circumstances, and I guess that'll be my first hint.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
So who was originally cast to play Shrek, and then he passed away. I'll just say it right there. He died. Then they eventually went to Mike Myers. Who was it originally that passed away?
Damn. I feel like I was just too young to like really comprehend.
I didn't know about it at the time, but I'm a massive fan of this person, and so that's kind of why I now am.
Chris Farley.
Yes,
because I know you. Just because I know you.
Okay,
that's the only reason why. Like I had no idea. That's the only reason why. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
I know. Wouldn't that was isn't that a perfect?
That would have been awesome. I had no idea.
I know. Even knowing, even after
Eddie
having
Murphy.
Seen,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my gosh, Eddie Murphy, Chris Farley. That would have been hilarious. But I don't know. I think the movie might have been a little bit different though. Like I feel like Chris Farley would have made it like the Shrek character a little bit more funny in certain spots.
I think it probably would have sounded a little more like, honestly, I don't know if he would have done the full basically British ogre that Mike Myers kind of did, as opposed to I feel like it would be more of a slapstick.
Ogres are like onions. Why? Because they're smelly. I mean, it's fucking one of my favorites of all time. Dude.
Still fantastic, but
Blue flower, red thorns. Blue flower, red thorns. Man, this would really help if I wasn't colorblind. Fucking man, great flick, dude. I haven't seen Shrek
that's
forever.
Movie Monday trivia, dude.
Movie Monday trivia. Look at you, my friend. All right. Hell yeah. Good shit. My movie of the Monday. Let's see here. I was kind of looking through my old list. I don't know if I got anything on here. Yeah, nothing major.
I'll give you one quick.
There's like two old school Denzel movies, The Manchurian Candidate and Man on Fire. Probably two of my favorite Denzel movies. Those are just those two that I don't feel like get enough love anymore. Manchurian Candidate and the Man on Fire. Manchurian Candidate actually is based off of a real life deal that happened. I can't remember like the whole thing or whatever, but
I feel like I've seen that when I was younger.
So,
I know that one's a good one.
But those are my two for the week.
If you're a Will Smith fan, King Richard, he played Venus and Serena's father. Dude, really solid movie. Really solid movie. I watched a couple weeks ago, actually.
Nice.
Paige and I. Friday nights has kind of been our, and not every single week, but every once in a while we had a little later Friday night. King Richard.
Little movie,
really solid movie, dude. He's really good in it. It's basically it tells the story of like the Serena sisters' childhood, and he was like, it's like an aspiring story. He was like very tough on them, but in a good, not like a over the top kind of way. Like you might argue that he was as kind of. How I put it, like basically he like worked their asses off to keep them off the streets essentially because they grew up in bad neighborhoods.
Yeah, right.
Very good movie. Very good movie.
Okay, no spoilers on this side of things, but sure sounds like something I might be wanting to tune into. I did see it when like all it was big on ESPN, like all the commercials and stuff, and I just never went out of my way to watch it. So probably be available outside of theaters pretty doggone soon. So I'm ready to rock and roll. Is it available? I
think it's both. I know we saw it on. We have through my girlfriend's parents. We have HBO Max, and it was.
Oh yeah, I don't have HBO, so I don't have HBO or HBO Max. So it looks like I'm waiting a little while longer. Okay, Movie Monday. Moving right along. I got a bone to pick, dude.
Uh-oh. You've got a bone to pick, huh?
This right here is my MMA scorecard.
Okay.
Scorebook. I tracked every fight on Saturday as I said I would. Had some fun. Enjoyed it. It was a blast.
Sure.
And then the rug was ripped out from underneath me, and I didn't enjoy it too much anymore. Now, the fight I'm referencing is the co-main, the the bantamweight strap on the line. Flyweight, I apologize. 125. Brandon Moreno, Davison Figueiredo. How do I put this lightly? Bullshit. That's not how that fight should have went whatsoever. I had it 48-47, Brandon Moreno. Figgy won it 48-47 by unanimous decision. I had Moreno winning rounds 1, 2, and 5, with also potentially winning round 4. I wrote a note, round 4, ... What the hell, that was really close. So I think he could have potentially won round 4, but I just gave it to Figgy for the sake of giving it to Figgy to, okay, at least give him a round. I had it 2-2 going into 5, and Moreno easily won round 5. So I'm a little pissed off here, because that's kind of one of those classic, like, Dana kind of stands up at the end and is like, what the fuck was that? That made no sense whatsoever. And he kind of seemed a little happy about it in this cash grab opportunity of having Moreno Figueiredo 4, and I'm not here for it. I don't like it. I think it's bullshit. And, it's all set in UFC history. It was the first trilogy fight with that was back to back to back to back. No breaks, no other opponents in between. Consecutive is the word I was looking for there. And now they're going to do it the fourth. Oh, more history said. Oh, my gosh. I don't know, man. We've beat the drum as much as we can. It's going to be another 25-minute scrap is all it'll be. And Moreno will win the fight again. He's won it 3 times now. He got stiffed on a fucking draw. He got stiffed on a 48-47 that he won 48-47. And then he clearly submitted him as the much better fighter. He got stiffed just because UFC wants to see they want to see Figueiredo Moreno 4, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I think you have every right. What you said is what I would say. Because if Moreno, they give that one even by decision, then it's 2-0-1. He probably, like you said, got stiffed on that draw, should have won that one. So it's like, how do you have a fourth fight right after that? And
because now we're 1-1-1, so you have to. You have to.
No chance you have to. Which, we'll obviously watch it, and I expect Brandon Moreno to win, but,
Same time.
Doing it in Mexico, too, is what they said they wanted to do. That would be sick.
Yeah, I think it'll be in Tijuana, so that'll be... Si se puede, cabrón! Si se puede!
What did I tell you, dude? I ended up watching 100% of the main fight. I watched in and out of this co-main fight, but because I was reeling from defeat, I was just. The main? I saw the Ngannou and Ghana 100%. I finally got myself to that. This one co-main, I watched a decent amount of, but I was still just like.
So didn't watch it at all, but it was on. But it was
watch
on
the main
TV,
fight though.
For sure.
Watch the main fight.
I got you. Speaking of the main fight, main event, absolute bananas. Ngannou gone. Goodness gracious. I mean, I don't think anybody anticipated Francis Ngannou wrestling the way he did, and I mean, he was ragdolling Ciryl Gane. And I actually listened to Cyril's post-fight presser, and he was like, "Yeah, we 150% anticipated that as being his." Firm game plan. Like, he was like, that's why I'm so upset. Like, I anticipated that. That was the only way he could win this fight, and I played into his hands. Like, so that's crazy as shit. The Predator solidifies himself. Some reporter, like a goon, goes, how does it feel to be the Khabib Nurmagomedov of the heavyweights? And he goes, try the Kamaru Usman of the heavyweights, but sounds good, ho, 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 as he always does. And then into the next thing, I'm like, well, are you just like, think about what's the greater picture of what's going on here, you imbecile, but okay, whatever. But yeah, absolutely electric, dude.
Impressive as hell.
More impressive that Ciryl Gane lasted 25 minutes in the cage with the Predator, period. Over Francis's wrestling, over everything. And Ciryl didn't look that bad. Like, his face was tapped up. He had some nice fucking little bruises. But to go 25 minutes with the Predator and still be alive and kicking? Hey, give him another shot. Give him another shot. And I wrote about it in my blog. I think 2-3 fights from now, the torch will get passed. But right now, where it was right now, and FanDuel was offering it plus 200 as their super boost. I scooped that up so fast. Are you kidding me? I scooped that up so fast. Oh,
because this is such a different type of matchup than Ngannou has faced. Like, you kind of have to run this back, right? Like, who else? There's not really anyone else in the division that's really touching Ngannou right now, right?
No, not as far. I mean, making any moves. We'll see what happens with this Derek Lewis and
that's tied to Tuivasa,
and Tuivasa fight. We'll see what happens there. Tuivasa could give Ngannou a run for his money, but he's gonna have to show some. See, there's still a few holes in his game. He's going to have to show some improvements here against Derek Lewis, but I'm excited to see that. Outside of that, maybe Volkov, but Volkov's got to string together a little bit more before he gets a shot at anything. So right now, it's kind of it's a 3-horse race, and then you also got to think about at some point in time, like sitting back in the back is old fucking Stipe. We hadn't talked about Stipe in who knows how long, or talked about Jairzinho, who was on a freaking warpath for the longest time and faded off. Curtis Blades falls off the face of the map. He's going to be bound and determined to come back at some point in time. I mean, I am telling you, and shout out our boy HP, Red Perron, my man. What's up, brother? Dude had a torn MCL too. He said torn MCL and then something also with his ACL. It was crazy because when he was walking out, Joe and DC and John, they were all talking about Speaking of, dude, might not be that hard to get John Anik on Wise Words, bro. I saw him on another show. I am, hey, we we might have some. I'll talk to you post show about that.
Okay.
That just popped into my head. I saw a show
be
have him on that I was just like, okay, we're like the same size as that show. That would be interesting. Either way, yeah, when he was walking out, it's like very interesting. Speaking of, to see. Francis with 2 knee braces on or knee wraps on, but legal by California Athletic Commission, so more power to you. Go for it.
I mean, when I saw that dude in my head, I was like, okay, this is the classic case of his knees are messed up. He's literally got knee braces on, a little bit older than I think people expect. Like, this is clearly the spot where his time has come, right? And nope, absolutely not.
Not yet. Nope. The Predator is all of that and more, and he is he's going to reign supreme for a while. At least 2-3 more defenses, if I say so myself. But it might be a little bit more because that was his last fight on this deal. You got to remember that. Now, he ain't going to do shit until they rework it and he's happy, or he'll just say, okay, I'll vacate, I'll go to Bellator, fuck it. And then they'll really give him his money, because if Gane couldn't take care of business and then be put up on the pedestal to now tap into the French market that the UFC has yet to, basically, which was their whole point of giving Gane the interim championship opportunity and allowing him to win it against Derek Lewis and then solidifying that belt. That was the whole point of everything. And their plan was foiled once again by the Predator. All I kept coming back to, I saw maybe like 10 times that gif of him. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? that one where he's interviewing with Helwani. He's like, what the fuck is that?
The fuck is that? Yeah. Well, dude, I've become a above average UFC fan, but that's about the only MMA that I consume. If someone like Ngannou went over to a different league, that would be enough for me to jump over and actually start tuning into those fights, dude. It absolutely would.
Well, and also Haps on the Craps is that Jake Paul could like be in some serious talks with one championship. Like, he ain't bullshitting around. And I was watching this dipshit though leg kicks the other day, and actually I'm not going to refer to that man as a dipshit anymore. I actually got a lot of respect for Logan and Jake Paul, as crazy as that is for me to say. Like, they are this space that I'm diving into now, what they do and how they move and how they groove, I am seeing in an entirely different light of those 2 human beings, and holy shit, are they're one in the same in this entrepreneurship mindset. It's kind of wild. But either way, yeah, he could potentially be making a move over to one. Could be like, hey, fuck you guys. You said I can't fight MMA. I'm going to go fight some MMA, which that's not like, hey, I can handpick my opponents. Like, you go to one, setting your shit up, and you're like, you're signing a contract, and you're a fighter for them. You're not your own deal. If you step into the MMA world, you are not going to be your own promoter. I can assure you of that. You can promote your own shit, but you ain't going to be your own promoter. I promise you that. So that's something I'm interested to see if anything happens there, because outside of that, there's really like no Logan or Jake boxing news, anything on that front.
No.
But that's nothing outside of that. I was trying to think. You said additional promotions. There's not really anything going on with like Bellator or Pride or ONE FC or anything right now. Or not Pride. I'm trying to think. What the hell is it? Kaizen. There's nothing going on with Kaizen that I've been paying attention to them too. So nothing going on internationally. UFC back in action again this week. I'm pretty sure we got another good card. I don't know. These pay-per-views,
I think you got another week off, dude. I think you got another week off.
We might. Yeah, I need a reset. These past 2 weeks, I did good on Moneyline plays. The fucking props, man. I think it's crazy, man. I cooked this up in my head, and as I started to think about it some more, I was like, man, maybe I'm not as crazy as I think I am. I'm like, you know what? All these fucking fighters, they got New Year's resolutions, right? And they got all these trends of, they go to the judges' scorecards and fucking, they win by decision, but they have trouble closing it out, this and that and the third, and it's not all of it, but that goes into the analysis of some of me making my plays. And oh shit, the line movement in favor of that. Wow, yeah. Oh shit, somebody I really, really respect who's been doing this for 10 years, and I've been doing this for 2, and I really respect his opinion. Holy shit, we're lining up. I absolutely love it. And, I start to think like, damn, these are humming beans. Maybe like, hey, fuck going to the cards, man. I'm gonna knock this bastard out. New year, new me, bro. And Matt Frivola, prime example. I thought he was just gonna. Classic Matt Frivola literally comes out the slowest starter in UFC history, comes out and throws 52 punches in the first minute. I said, what the fuck did I miss? Who's this new guy? What? The steamroller has officially Frivolaed. What is going on, my guy? Since when do you start fights fast? And I mean, he TKO'd the kid in the first round. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, well, I was banking on this being a 15-minute scrap and going to the card. So Prop's a little weird. The Brazilian dogs have been scuffling, man. That one was a brutal beat. There's so many. I gotta take a week off. I'm all right with a week off. Get some things in line because I think the books have been setting some shit up. I didn't do as bad as 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was, but this past weekend at least we cashed a few tickets, got us positive. But doggone, yeah, it's wild times in the UFC right now. But there you go. There you have it. Let's talk a little NFL, dude. Before we wrap everything up here. First game, Bengals, Titans. I told y'all, and Mags told y'all. We were sitting here on Friday's show going back and forth talking about, saying, man, Vrabes and the boys, they suck as home favorites. They are just not good as home favorites. And I don't know. I said a lot of things that I really, really saw play out on that field, and I felt like I was talking out of my ass on Saturday, but I don't think I am anymore. I think the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, man. I think the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. And I know I've been jaded since I cashed that AFC North ticket that I had out from week 14 and cashed it in 17 and lost my mind and said, damn, is this team really going to be a playoff squad? I think the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, and I think you should buy out a ticket on Bengals 49ers and Bengals Rams right here, right now.
I don't hate you for it. It seems hard for them to go into Arrowhead. I guess I don't know if it was home or away, that regular season matchup.
It was away.
It was away.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was
might have been. I guess it.
Maybe it wasn't.
Either way, I don't think you're crazy.
We have this nice Google device here.
I feel I think it's like a 7-point spread this upcoming week.
Yeah, it's a fucking touchdown
City,
spread, dude.
I feel like it's just going to be another ridiculous.
No, it was at Kansas City. It was at Kansas City. Bengals walked it off.
I just think it's going to be another. I just think it's going to be another absurd game that's going to be almost so similar to what these past few games are. I mean, I think you really have to look at, and it's Monday, so I haven't dove in too deep into it, like how much success the Chiefs' pass rush is going to have on the Bengals, because that is the one thing. If the Bengals can protect Joe Burrow at all, then
the Titans should have. The Titans should have had more than enough success against that shit-ass offensive line, and they did in certain spots. But the Bengals still overcame it. They're an overcoming, scrappy unit, and that's what you need in the playoffs. And they got enough defense to lean on, boy. I'm telling you, they got enough defense to lean on. I mean, they are a scary bunch. And you're telling me, after everything this team has done for me over the course of the last few weeks, I'm not supposed to take the +7 and also hammer the absolute piss out of the +280, +300 in some spots on the money line? I'd be insane to do anything less. I'd be a moron.
I'm not disagreeing
now,
with that.
Also, what I'm very intrigued on is what I just said there is them getting, let's see, Super Bowl. So, exact matchup, Bengals 49ers, Bengals Rams. Okay, Bengals Rams is +470, Bengals Niners +800. So, obviously, the two that aren't favored, but I don't care. I think the Chiefs squeaked by the skin of their chinny chin chins last night, and I think Josh Allen won that game twice. And that defense fucked him. And we can bitch 9 times a day for the next 50 days about blah 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 overtime rules, F this, F that. Yeah, overtime rules do suck, but at the end of the day, the Bills defense didn't fucking stop them. They scored in 13 seconds, won the coin flip, and then scored again. I mean, yeah, I was beating the drum too last night. I still stand by it. I think it should be adjusted. I don't think it's fair that opposing team in a crazy shootout like that doesn't at least have an opportunity to possess the ball. Like, I think there should be an opportunity there. Like, let's at least have that on the table. But, yeah, I'm not at all denying that the 13 fucking they were up by 2 scores and all that happened in 1:56. I mean, you shouldn't have even been in that spot. Like I said, Josh Allen won that game twice, and he thought he won that game twice. He was hugging Gabriel Davis on the sidelines. Dog, your 4th touchdown, you just did it for us. Are you kidding me? And then, oh my gosh, no, they're not doing it again. Oh, Tyreek Hill just ripped off 55 year. What the hell was that? How did he catch that edge? What is going? How do you give up the middle of the field in that spot? I couldn't believe it. And here they are, the Kansas City Chiefs, back on top of the mountaintop, looking to make it to the peak once again. What say you about all that nonsense, man?
I don't know that I could add anything other than you said, because you're right. And I will stand on that mountaintop. I've been on that mountaintop for the last decade as far as every team should at least have one sort of chance at possessing the ball. Because if you look at my quarterback's record in overtime games, it's not good at all because there's about a half of the losses where he hasn't touched the ball a single time, man. And it's really frustrating, especially in a game like that. Like, if you want to be that good of a team, should your defense step up? Sure. But in a game like that, man, where it clearly was whoever was winning that damn coin toss, clearly the offensive team was gonna fly down the field no matter what against both of those defenses. So, because it was essentially a coin decided that game. Essentially, the Bills weren't stopping the Chiefs once the Chiefs got the ball, man. I don't know. I'm excited for this matchup, dude. I personally wish I was rooting for the Bills. I had a small sprinkle on the Bills money line. I just like new shit. Seeing new teams in there, especially with the Bills.
Yeah,
man.
and
Bills deserve it.
I had Rams Bills yesterday, and it wasn't because,
oh my gosh, the underdogs took care of business on Saturday. It must be the twin this weekend.
I am so fucking sick and tired of hearing that. And then when somebody is not cashing a ticket because of something else, then they have to make a whole video of,
would you guys get other reasons than talking about storylines? You're making all of us look fucking stupid.
just fucking your bets suck or they don't suck. Like, you win or you don't. Like, it's just just stop buying into the bullshit. Either way, what's going to happen is what's going to happen. And maybe at the end of the day, we bet numbers, not stories. But who am I? I'm just going to keep dishing out winners and letting everybody else doing what they're doing.
100%. And that game is especially last night, dude. That Bills-Chiefs game, I put like a quarter unit on the Bills because it's like that was my heavy lean. But I kind of, how I said on Friday, I was like, man, I just want to watch this from an entertainment aspect. To the point where last night I lost, but it wasn't like I was kicking myself. But Joe Burrow, baby, in the comments, yes, dude,
all day long, bro.
I don't know how he doesn't at least put up a scrappy performance, unless the Chiefs have some ridiculous pass rush on Sunday.
You want to bet against that?
Dude.
Go right the fuck ahead. You want to bet against that? Go right the fuck ahead. You don't think I already got a whole gift folder filled up with this motherfucker ready to rock and roll for the rest of this playoff run? You better believe it. I'm homered all the way out. I got orange and black stripes rolling out of my freaking ears, my friends. They're my playoff team. They turned into my playoff team.
It wouldn't shock me if they could beat the Chiefs. I think it would be a bad matchup against either of those two NFC teams, dude.
I'm all in. I don't give a damn. I'm all in. Let's go. They're winning the doggone bowl. But what's crazy is, as we talk, speaking of NFC, could have been Tom Brady's last hurrah. The Rams absolutely were piping them, and then classic, here comes old Tom Brady. And then Tom Brady got Tom Brady at the very end. So he kind of the worst way you could ride off into the sunset, getting fucked the only way like you used to fuck everybody in the league. But
my personal thought, man, I don't think he's going out like that, man. Personally, I do not.
I do, because during the game there was a quote that got released, and I think it was like kind of a whole fucking like setup, and it was like, hey, I want to go out on top, but I don't think that happens this year. And then he also followed it up on the next page, but sometimes you just can't always have what you want, and something like along those lines. So I really think, bro, don't get me started on the cryptos and NFTs because we'll be here a fucking month, but he's diving into the fucking crypto game, bro, and I'm in that world, so I know what the fuck's going on, and that motherfucker's got plenty of shit in that world. He can bail out and be set for the rest of his life. He can make content and do nothing the rest of his life and be set. So I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wild. Maybe we'll be looking back and he ain't done, but I say TB12's out. I say he's done.
I don't think he's going out like that. I like where your head's at. I don't think he's going out like that, though.
All right. And then the other one, just a quick little 49ers and Packers. We got to talk about it. Son of a bitch. Sorry.
Dude.
All I'll say is poetic justice at its finest. You have Crosby going into Santa Clara, regular season, walking it off, just perfect prime conditions in California, everything. Then you get to the playoff. Prime conditions for Lambeau Field, the playoffs, Robbie prime conditions for your boys, for all that shit. And one thing I will say, partner, and I just hey, going forward, to save yourselves maybe some of this doggone heartache and pain and all this stuff. The Rams are the fucking real deal, though, absolutely. But maybe save yourself some of this. Maybe when every single outlet on this fucking planet was talking about that cold weather and how Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't going to be able to do a damn thing and he'd never play in it whatsoever and there wasn't going to... I know he wasn't good, but neither was your boy. He threw for 55 yards in the fucking second half. What the fuck happened? What happened? So, at the end of the day, I don't know. I watched that and I said, what the fuck is going on with 12? What the fuck's happening here? So I don't know if maybe the old COVID toe was a little bit crazier than we anticipated in the playoff. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to keep it light for you here. I know it fucking sucks, but Poetic Justice and Robbie Gold of all people to just fucking snow falling in Lambeau. And the fact, cherry on top, he's kicking over them in pregame warm-ups. Fuck the Packers, HP. He's kicking over the Packers in pregame warm-ups while they're getting announced. Like, bro, he was locked in for that moment from the jump. Poetic Justice, and it sucks. It sucks that it was your team, dog, but, like, that's NFL to a dot the I, cross the fucking T, boy. That's all we saw all weekend. All we saw all weekend.
My issue, was Rodgers great? No, he wasn't great, but a even fundamentally competent special teams unit wins that game, or the Packers win that game with no skill players, no explosive plays, just as a fundamentally competent special teams unit. The Packers are in the next round, man. Worst special teams in the unit, they're rated at. Us Packers fans, that was the biggest thing. Like, I really hope this doesn't come back to bite us in the freaking ass, man. And it cost us 10 points, 3 at the end of the half for us, and a blocked punt for a damn touchdown in the second, dude. Rodgers should have been better for sure, and that could have kept us out of the danger zone for sure. But I don't understand how an NFL special teams unit on any team, even if it's the Jacksonville fucking Jaguars, I don't understand how, when it is that incompetent for the entire year. And it's, like I said, it's not even like, they don't have a good kick returner, they don't get explosive plays. It's just fundamentally, I almost said a terrible word that I would have regret, but it's fundamentally challenged, is what I'm trying to say here, dude. And I don't feel like that's overstating it, dude. Probably not. This is still the best choice of words, but 10 guys on the field, 10 guys on the field for the losing field goal, dude. 10 guys on the field. Their the field goal that was blocked, they blocked the wrong freaking guy, and the inside guy that's the closest to blocking the kick blocks it. It's just fundamentally stupid. It's not.
Hey, you must be hurting inside. You was about to let the old R word slip. You don't ever use that doggone thing.
I feel bad that it was in my head, but I was, and
Woo! Okie dokie artichokes. Well, before you fucking dive deep into 6 feet under and slam the casket doors shut,
I know.
Let's reel you back up.
But I'm not
bub.
wrong. I'm not wrong.
Right. No, it was a mess. It was everything.
The entire season was a mess.
Everything you said and more. End of the day, the Packers. And you might hate me for this, but the Packers are a great regular season team that play in a shitty ass NFC North. Bottom line. And if Rodgers is gone, the NFC North is going to be the shit-ass division, the shittiest division in all of football. Forget the NFC East. Least, weesh, whatever. It's going to be the NFC North. You can best believe on that. It's going to be terrible football. But one more game on tap this weekend. This upcoming weekend. Because we'll be here another year. The 49ers and the Rams. Same exact spread, dude.
Bucks and Rams.
What?
You said 49ers and Rams.
Yeah, I said one more game coming up this weekend, the 49ers and the Rams.
I thought you meant, my bad. I thought you meant one more to talk about, my bad.
Oh, no. We just talked about the Bucks and Rams.
Yeah, my bad.
So, into this upcoming weekend.
Sorts, dude.
He's talking about his Packers. He can't think straight. So,
I thought you meant we got, yeah.
The 49ers and the Rams coming up this weekend. Exact same spread, actually, as the Kansas City Chiefs and the Bengals. 7 points, touchdown. So, I think the Rams win. I think they
see 3.5, actually.
Oh, really? Why the hell was it fucking... What was it showing 7? Oh, it just updated. That was weird. FanDuel... Yeah. Whoa. FanDuel fucked up for a minute. They were...
I think having it at 7 was them, like, a fucking mistake, right?
Yeah, they were offering it at 7. I'm pretty... Because I saw it at 7 this morning on FanDuel. Maybe FanDuel messed something up, dude. Okay, so it's at 3. So never mind. It's at 3. Pretty traditional 49ers versus Rams spread.
Man,
I don't know. Hey, shout out our boy. He's still on your side. He even says, fuck them Packers. He's still on your side. Mag's got a very good point. So either way, I don't know. I think it finishes by a field goal. I think it does. I think the Rams win it. I think they continue to go on. That obviously I'm jaded. I've had the plus 2,200 Super Bowl tickets since August out on them. Now it's like down to plus 300. So let's go, boys. Get it to the window.
They look great right now.
20 to win 440. I'm looking forward to that. But
this matchup, dude. This matchup has just been tough. It's their kryptonite.
Bananas.
It's been their kryptonite. They're playing as well as they've played all year, though.
The thing is, 7 people per the Action Network. They're experts or people on there already on the 49ers plus 3.5. One person has already hammered in the 49ers on the money line. Only one person betting on the Rams in any form or fashion, and that is on their spread minus the 3.5. So
Niners are the experts' favorite, dude.
It's been their kryptonite, but I'll tell you what, that ain't the Detroit Lions, Matthew Stafford. And maybe it is. Maybe he just has more weapons he can go to and do stuff. But the throws that son of a bitch was making yesterday, are you kidding me? The windows he was fitting that seed into, boy, I mean, holy cow. If he keeps that up, the Rams, there ain't nobody touching them. Nobody's touching them. I mean, they'll be in shootouts, but nobody's touching them. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know you wanted to see your boys up there at the mountaintop this time of the year.
It hurts to even talk about this game, dude, because then it's like I was already looking forward, like, as good as the Rams look right now, I've seen this Rodgers versus Stafford movie in an important game a million times, and I know how it ends, and it goes well for me usually.
I know it.
I know it. Yeah.
Hey, we'll get you out of there. We'll get you out of there.
Hey, HP, hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. Absolutely,
yes,
dude.
Is.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Shout out, Red. It is hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. Hey, shout out to all 10 of you live in here, right now. I do believe the largest live we've ever had. So, hey, thanks for hopping in, listen to a couple of
get to hear me
dumbasses talking back and forth, and Mag's about to fall out of his fucking chair for the 100th time here today on his package. Hey, shout out to all you guys. Appreciate the fuck out of you. While you're all here, we might as well cover the old TTL announcements because that's everything NFL and everything there. Let's see here. Wise Words, our other show, Wednesday's show. We're actually recording episode number 8 of season 2 today, right after we get done with this show. That'll drop this upcoming Wednesday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can find it on your favorite podcast directory or wherever you get your pods. talkingtheline.com/wise-words-podcast. You'll see that. Also, go back, watch all the other previous ones. Last week, episode 7 featured Hakeem Prophet, so you can check that one out. Also, Cup of Joe on campus, my guy. Had a hell of a day. 9-2 on the college basketball board from your boy on Saturday. Know we lined up on a lot of shit, so you had to do.
I was gonna say I definitely went positive. I don't have the number off the top of my head. For sure.
And then with all my stuff combined, best day I've had in a long time. Got me out of a lot of holes, bub. 11-2, up almost 8 units across the board on Saturday. So I had a solid day. Looking to lock in and keep it going. We got 4 I'm looking to sweep the board with here today. So go back if you missed any of those. If you guys weren't here, we recapped everything first half of the show. Cup of Joe on campus will be back this Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Central. No UFC, so no UFC pick blog. You won't see my college basketball board report today because we are recording Wise Words during the time that I usually would be writing it. But Tuesday through Thursday, you'll see that. We'll be locked in there. That thing has been actually paying some dividends. I've been following it myself and locking some of the shit in as I write it, and it ain't been too bad. So I'll keep doing it. Hopefully you guys have been finding the value in it. I'll keep dishing it out. So there you go. There you have that. Never mind.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say it.
I need a new blog to write on a weekly basis. Is where we're at at this point of the show. Yeah,
I've been giving you that. I've been giving you that shit for like.
And it wasn't a good end either.
And I was just like, "This is the last fucking week," and fuck you, not a chance. Okay, so no more extra cheddar. So Mags is gonna have to find a new blog that you guys can find and read from him. But don't worry, it'll be back very soon. Outside of that. You missed anything or looking for all of the latest and greatest for TTL, just visit this episode's description down there. The Talking the Line link tree is the first link you'll see, or you can also go to talkingtheline.com. There's a tab for every one of our shows up at the top, all of our additional content, best bets of the day, our blogs, everything all in between, one convenient location. Mags, before wrap things up for all of these beautiful people who need a little extra motivation and inspiration for their day here, got any late breaking news? Anything else you need to get off the chest? Anything in between before we wrap things up on this gorgeous day?
Does not appear to be so. We've got no breaking news. We are due for a bombshell this week, dude.
I feel like it. I feel like it, right?
Hopefully I'm not walking myself into putting my foot in my mouth as
no.
far as a certain someone that I care about is concerned, but
I don't know.
I don't think it'll be this week.
He had this glimmer in his eye of a very like that I connect with, like, damn, I'm taking Lambeau Field in for the last fucking time. Like it just like I've had that look in my eye being at a place before. Like I felt his energy in that moment. I was just like, that's the realest it's felt yet. Whoa.
If I can go on a 2-second soapbox, that's part of why it hurt as bad. Wasn't the most heartbreaking of loss that I've endured the last decade, but as far as what it felt and the expectation, it hurt just as bad. And also the uncertainty of what's to come. Because if they could put together a team that isn't what you would classify as rebuilding, because that's what it sounds like. If they're choosing to rebuild, then he's gone. 100% he's gone. But they're going to have a lot of cap hurdles to jump around, but we've seen that in the past the last few years. And as daunting as that sound, it's like, oh, we can void this guy's contract, we can restructure this guy's contract. So chances are, because our defense played solid, and we still had 3 of our top players out half the entire season. So I think they can. Optimistically, I think they can put together a team that could keep them around for another year, but I at least prepared myself for the worst a little bit this time around, as opposed to last year.
Yeah, it definitely starts with tagging old Tay, and then kind of seeing where you guys can go from there. But there you go. There you have it, my friends. Maybe we will be having some NFL bombshells in the coming days, but we'll know a lot more come tomorrow. Shout out our guys over at PMI for Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. I haven't heard that that's going to be canceled or anything, so should be.
I think I saw him say something like Tuesday is going to be electric or something like that.
So should be full bore. There you go. There you have it, my friends. All right. That's all I got. I got nothing I saw on this side. Hey, shout out everybody watching, everybody liking. I know I thank you all the time at the end of the show and all throughout the show, but hey, liking, watching, sharing, commenting, everything in between. You guys know how to make a couple fellas feel special. We appreciate the fuck out of you. You guys all right out there, okay? So we'll keep delivering some shit to you. Now, brought you some value here today. I got one little more piece of value that no other show in this market does, and I can guarantee it. No other show in this market does what I'm about to do. But one more time, partner, before I do anything else.
Actually, I in my basically day off, not day off, but more of a morning day yesterday. Freaking started Ted Lasso yesterday, dude.
Oh no.
Absolute gem, dude.
Really?
Absolute gem of a show, dude.
Everybody, I just don't buy into pop culture things that often. Certain things, dude. Maybe I'll have to. Because everybody talks about Ted Lasso like it's the sliced bread, for crying out loud. So
it's sliced bread.
Okay.
It's sliced bread.
All right. Well, maybe I'll buy in. Few and far between. I got free time, but maybe
only
in those
30 minutes,
moments.
dude. Half of my issue was like, oh, dude, like our show, which I thought it was. I was like, I don't have time for that. Which, still, anyways.
All right.
Check it
Ted
out.
Lasso. There you go. There you have it. Monday's show, usually a little windier, usually a little crazier, but hey, it's time to wrap things up. Final segment of the day. My Motivation Minutes. All right, my friends, you know the drill. This time of the year, we do Mondays and Fridays, a quote from the legendary college basketball coach John Wooden. And we have just gone through so many good ones that number one, ones that I didn't even know were him. Number two, ones that I hadn't gone through for a long time and resurfaced for me that was like, damn, there's and ones that I didn't even know existed. I mean, and I'm still finding them every single day. So I had never heard of this one before, and I scrolled like 3 times, and my eyes snapped to it for some reason. So it's apparently what we all need to hear today. So, the John Wooden quote of the day. Earn the right to be proud and confident. Earn the right to be proud and confident. One more time. Earn the right to be proud and confident. And I wrote down a couple of notes as I was kind of thinking here. What was I feeling? What was kind of my perspective behind this? And number one, the first thought in this is there's a very severe difference. The line is very, very thin too between confidence and arrogance. And Number one, let's get it straight that he is not talking about that arrogance, not talking about that I'm the shit, like I earn the right, y'all motherfuckers bow down to me, I'm proud, and I know. That's not what he's talking about here, and that's not whatever you should be going on. But stick a pin in that. I'll come back to the whole arrogance and humility thing. And then I started thinking about, too, kind of our society, and shit I've actually talked about on this show before, of something along the lines of don't go out celebrating if you really don't have anything to celebrate about. So if you haven't earned the right to be proud and confident, if you haven't earned the right to celebrate, because this is my original thought, I can't remember who I heard this from, but I see so many of you out there going to celebrate on your weekends, popping VIP bottle service, yet dragging your knuckles to some bullshit 9 to 5 on Monday. So I'm really confused as to what you're actually out there celebrating. I don't know. So that's point number 2. And then number 3, pull that pin back out. Confident and proud, not arrogant. Now, there is a very thin line between this, and I've talked about this in the past before, of having that confidence. And I know I'm somebody I've had it told to me before, when I walk in a room, I bring presence. It's just what I do. It's just who I am, and I don't try and hide it. I walk in with my chest up and my shoulders back, but I also don't walk in, fuck you, John. Fuck you, Sally. Fuck you, Jim. You are
Kenny Powers,
you're all a bunch of bullshit. I don't give a fuck, none of y'all. I guarantee if you stop and talk to me, even though I might possess that aura, I guarantee if you stop and talk to me, I'll be one of the realest, most down-to-earth human beings. I'm just about my fucking business. Sometimes I don't realize what I'm looking to, what I'm looking like. Now, if you're one of those people that sits around and tries to find all those people that are arrogant and, oh, he's arrogant. Oh, or maybe you've been told that in your life is you're such an arrogant ass. And maybe truthfully in your being, you're like, I don't feel like I'm being arrogant. Like I'm confident in who I am. I'm proud in the things I accomplish. I'm confident in who I am as a human being. Like, what's so wrong about that? What is arrogant about that? And there's nothing wrong with that. So if in your heart of hearts, you can look at yourself in the mirror and you can say, hey, I'm just walking with my chest up and my shoulders back, which is fine, which you should do. You should have that presence, period. Chapter number 1 in the 12 Rules for Life, shout out Jordan B. Peterson, you should do that. But if somebody's got the time to stop and say, hey, push your shoulders in a little bit, sticky, who are you? You think you'd... Maybe their light ain't shining too bright. Maybe your light's shining so damn bright it's blinding them, and they're saying, hey, motherfucker, turn that down. I don't want to see that. Forget that. You earned the right to let that light shine. If you have busted your ass in whatever it is, you earn the right to be proud and confident. You earn the right to have your chest up and your shoulders back. And as far as I'm fucking concerned, as long as you woke up this morning, you're sucking air and you're 6 feet above ground, then you earn the right to be proud and confident that you are a human being. You are alive, and nobody's opinions, thoughts, or processes that go inside of their dumbass head should have any impact on how you move, groove, and shake as a human being in your own life. So, my friends, you earned the right. I guess at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Maybe you're chasing after something. Maybe you're working hard and you're working to earn that right. But maybe we just need to focus that we earn the right to have another day to be alive and proud. So maybe be proud and confident that you're alive, but also not too proud and confident. Just enough for others to see and like, why? What's going on with that? To make them curious, to try and attain that mindset too. So, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing in this life, whatever you're trying to accomplish, keep going. Keep moving. Keep working. Keep chipping away in that mine until you find those diamonds. Keep pushing when everything is smacking you right in the face. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. And look yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I earned the right to be proud and confident. And that does it for my motivation minutes of the day.
Good start to the week, dude. Good start to the week.
Heater, huh? Heater, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That was just, hey, that was straight off the dome piece, too. I just had a couple little, that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Let me just spin. So, hey, hopefully that gave you guys a little nice step to your, or a good way to step off into the week there with my motivation.
I always like what the fuck you celebrating for?
Yeah, fuck you celebrating, dude. Seriously, fuck you celebrating. Hey, also, your favorite.
Oh,
Your favorite happened today. A little let's cash some tickets right up at the top. So
day,
it's gonna be a good friggin' day. You're damn right. It's always a beautiful day. It's always a good day. We're alive. The rest is up
still
to us.
snowing over there for you?
Nope, just still a crazy old day, and trying not to blind myself out there. There's a white son of a gun out there. It's a white January 24th, I'll tell you that. Outside of that, hey, didn't get a chance to say it at the top of the show. It's a marvelous Monday to be alive. You know I tweet it every single morning, but like to say it on the show too. The rest is up to me, and I choose to spread positivity. I hope you do too. Outside of that, any late breaking news, partner, we need to get out for? We get on out of here. We got other shit to do.
No, sir. Absolutely nothing going on.
Okie dokie. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide, for myself and Mags, we can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by episode number 208 of the TTL Pod. Every episode that you decide to stop by, for that matter, and everything you do for us. Your likes, your shares, your comments, your retweets, your quote tweets, your subscriptions, your follow, anything I'm missing, what you guys do, we see it. And we thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, it allows us to keep chasing our dream and passion, and it has allowed us to open doors on this journey that we would have never been able to without you, and we will continue to do that because of you guys. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you from a couple of goofballs just chasing a passion out there. We hope you have a spectacular rest of your Monday, unless you have any other plans. Red HP Perrine, take care of yourself as well. Hope you have a spectacular rest of your Monday, my man. Make sure you get all of today's best bets locked in from the TTL crew so you can say right alongside with us at the end of every single show, let's cash some tickets.